Good evening, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today. You and me.
She's Chilla.
He is Rocco.
And thank you, Ivana and Violetta, for organizing this call.
Yeah, we are really excited to hear more about the class. There are so many people who are, and not everybody. There are many more people who registered, who would like to receive the recordings because they are participating in various classes. But
Sure.
Many people let me know that they are just registering for the recordings. So, and I have several questions already. So,
Wow.
So we can maybe start there. And I'm really curious to introduce you. Maybe I can say one thing. I was contacted by you guys like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something, and and I came to the Zoom with you, and I was like, if they ask about the hosting, I'm really not available. I don't have time. I'm not going to do it. And then we started to talk about the class, and I got the energy of the class, and I was like, I heard myself say, "Oh, I really want to host this class. This is so cool." And this never happens to me, so that already says a lot about the energy of, at least that I could perceive. And so the first question on you is actually, how did you come up with the class, or how did the class came to you? How did it happen?
Okay. So yeah, so it's an interesting thing, and one thing is really important in access consciousness, and I would like to say it with big capitals, that access consciousness is a method where the founders, Gary and Dane, they really allow, and not just allow, but encourage everyone to please use the tools, and also they encourage all the people that you know what you know, and you are empowered to know what you know. What it means that we don't tell you what's right or wrong. We give you the tools, and we give you the tools to step into your own awareness, have clarity, start to ask questions, have your knowing, and then everything will come to the surface, and you know what is the right way for you, what will work for you, what will create more for you. And it was really shocking to see that and hear that really from their mouth, that, hey guys, in access consciousness, there are so many things we are doing, but you as CS, you are the ones who really have to go deeper, because we just can't go deeper in many places. So that was a couple of years ago. And that really started in me to ask the questions like, okay, what is easy for me? What is fun for me? What is the awareness I have here? What is the area where I would like to go and dig deeper? And then, as I was asking questions, one thing came up, that for all of my life I was looking for healing, and like the Graal of healing. How does it work? What is this? Because when I was 5 years old, my mom had cancer, and she was in the hospital. And then my father told us with my brother to start praying for mom, because the doctors told that she has cancer everywhere in the body and they can't help. So they made surgery, and they said, okay, go home and say goodbye because you have 2 weeks. And then she made a decision, and 6 months later, she went back for a checkup, and they said, hey, no cancer. So how does it work? And with my brother, we decided, okay, we will do everything for mom to help her. And 5 years old, what the hell are you doing? But who knows what you know? And at that age, I started to learn different methods that can help. So that's when it all started for me. Of course, it wasn't access, but something else. But it was really great. And the great thing is that she herself decided, she herself made a decision, a choice to stay alive and not die. So I didn't have the burden on my shoulders. So from that moment, like spirituality and learning more was really about a playful or joyful experience or experimenting. And so I learned many methods, but it wasn't, there is always something like a controlling part in it or a limitation. And here in Access, we learn ask questions. Hey, ask questions. I started to ask questions like, okay, really, what is this that is a miraculous healing? How it shows up, universe? And the universe doesn't give me any type of a sentence or, the big stone tables or something like that. It was, I was attending a 3-day body class. I mean, we were hosting a 3-day body class. And on the 3rd day, a lady had terrible back pain and she was unable to walk. And, 3rd day morning, she had already many body processes run on her and nothing happened or helped. And then she came to me, hey, Rocco, can you help me? I mean, oh my God. So we had 5 minutes before the class started. I mean, okay. Asked her to get on the table. But 5 minutes is not enough. So I was, all right, please stand up. I had an awareness there is something else possible. And I started to ask questions and we really went really deep, just very quickly. And the great thing was that it just cleared out from her without touching her. Mm-hmm. She was the one who became aware of what is going on, what she was choosing to create that thing. But she had a story. All of us, we all have a story why we have something. We had an injury, we had an accident, something happened to us. And because of that, I have to maintain this. I cannot give up this pain, this symptom. So she, like 2 weeks earlier, she had, when she was having a shower, she had a wrong step in the shower. And because of that slip, her lower back, some of the vertebrae moved out, and because of that, it was not on the right place. She was unable to move correctly. But she'd been to many places, many healers to change it, to move it, to alter it, and nothing happened, nothing worked. And when in Access, when someone tries everything and then comes to, hey, nothing. All right, cool. We have a good starting point here. No expectations and only 5 minutes. And of course, so everywhere you decided that you can only use the magic you are when it's really necessary, when you have no time for other things, when you really run out of time. And this is the only reason, only opportunity, and only chance to use it. And you are not allowed to use it in any other ways when it would be fun. So everything it brings up, you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And the great thing was that she was the one who brought to the surface everything, all of her decisions that happened weeks, months, years earlier, and all of her commitments to different places, different people, that made her creating and maintaining this pain in her body. And of course, there was a story of the injury, but it's a story that we create. And when all this came to the surface and she gave it up and nothing. After that, wow, her back was great. She was great. I didn't touch her. Nothing happened. It was less than 5 minutes and we were able to start the class and it all went well. And weeks later, I visited her husband and she was happy, grateful and
still good.
And still good. And then, all right, that was great. Thanks, universe. I started to acknowledge something happened here. And I started to ask more and more from the universe, please show me more. What is this? What's going on? What is a miraculous healing? And more people started to come with situations, with stories that, oh, this happened. I fell down the tree. I did this. I did that. And really? Okay, we have a story here again. And through all of this, I started to receive more and more information about how this works. And then there was another interesting part that came later, which was about changing the molecules. Of course, I said I love experimenting. So what happened that there was we were on a trip and came home, and then I wanted to drink coffee but had no milk because the milk went sour. And I started to look into it. Hell, I mean, it's not real, right? Because by then I learned that people have their stories, what my story is. my story is that I was away for 1 week and this should be wrong. I mean, sour and smell bad and all these things. And it was easy. So I held in my hands and I started to clear my points of view and asking for the acoustical vibration of the milk that it can be, that it was a week ago. And of course, it's a bottle of organic milk. So we have the point of view, okay, all the bacteria is there. It's not, it's not pasteurized, not done this and that. So therefore it will go wrong in 3 days. And I was asking questions, doing the clearings. And then 5 minutes later, it was good, sweet again, and smell good and nothing wrong. And 3 days later, it went bad again, sour. And I mean, hey guys, what have I done here? All right, so that's a good milk that can go wrong again. And every 3 days I did this change. And then 2 weeks later, I realized I still have a point of view that I have to keep it in the fridge. But it's just a point of view, right? So I cleared that, I placed it on the kitchen bench for 2 more weeks. And every 3 days I did this type of change or correction. And it was always good, went back to good. And it's great, okay, it works. This is something we can do. But you still have the doubt. Of course, we have doubt. And then, okay, maybe something wrong with this type of milk, or who knows with what. So bought the same type of milk, placed it on the kitchen bench and checked what's going to happen 3 days later, 2 bottles of milk next to each other. Maybe they were talking to each other, hey, I will go wrong and you will stay. So, and what happened that the milk that was not what was sort of brand new, it had 3 days later lots of yellow, pink, orange spots in it. It was just disgusting. But the other one, it was good. And I was running the process on it and it was good again. So what it means that you choose your reality. I think you heard it, but this was an experiment where I saw it. And, when you do it yourself and when you see it works, when you see that they don't talk shit in excess, you choose. Do you get the power of choice?
Yeah.
So where have you bought into that you are a finite pile of shit? So are you truly willing to open up who you can be, who you be, and just destroy and uncreate everything that you are not? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Everything that you are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a space here. Are you willing to receive?
Yeah, well, this was a really cool story that you just told. This is really inspiring because you really chose to play with this, not just to listen to Gary and Dane and read the manuals. You went really exploring your own abilities, and of course.
The other thing, when you can do that with the milk, what else can you create?
Yeah.
What else can you do with your body or around you with other things?
Yeah, with your whole life. What else is possible when you know that you have this ability? So this is really big. This is not about milk. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's actually how you came to see that you would like to give this in the class, that you would like to play with this with other people as well.
Yeah. So started to ask more and more questions. What's going on? What is this? And then started to create the class. And of course, there is an important part in Access that by now I see that a lot of people has a problem with that. And where does it start? It all starts with the main sentence that empowering people to know that they know. And it's great, but what does it really mean? How can you know something that you never learned, right? And that's the point of view. And it doesn't allow anyone to do things that they never learned. Where you just destroy and uncreate all that, please. And everything it brings up that you have to learn to know. Mm-hmm. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. So what if you can communicate with anything and with anyone? Yes, you can. But will you choose that? And everything it brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all that for all eternity? right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, and all your points of view about what is communication, how it should show up, and what you learned about it, or what are your expectations about how it should show up, and what are other people's projections on you when you communicate, when you were communicating with other beings, other entities, or other shapes and forms of consciousness. That's what we are talking about. Where you destroy and uncreate and revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce for all eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And that's just really something that can open up the space for you to start communicating with anything that you truly desire. Anything. I'm not joking. Anything.
No, you are not joking. You are not beating around the bush either. I love this. This is so
and
cool.
Really, what is it that you would not choose to create more? I mean, you know everything. You just need to ask questions. Of course, it's terribly hard, but we can.
But this is really crucial. I just facilitated the foundation, and one of the participants told me like, but we have learned these like frames of we have learned that there are frames to this reality, and that this is like how things are, and this is what we know, and this is what we know we can create. And I was like, no. So we will definitely go beyond all these frames in the class, I guess.
In all directions we go beyond. And then you have a point of view that this is how far we can go, so we will go beyond that.
Beyond that, yes.
And maybe I have a point of view how far I can go, and we will go beyond that. That's what shows up in every class, that we go beyond everything for everyone. Cool. And then when they decided this is how far we can go, we go
beyond.
And then we still can tap into the energy of what is beyond that.
And what else is possible from here now?
So would you like to tell us what the structure of the class is a little bit, so that
yes.
people have an idea about how
so it is
what can they expect a bit?
So it's a 2.5-day class, which means the first evening around from 6 to 9:30. That's when we go very deep to the rabbit hole. So there are very basic definitions in access consciousness that you hear 100 times a day, but we don't really go deep. And when you go deep into these basic things, everything just opens up. I would say this is the key. Of course, there is no such thing as significance, but
I think there is a thing that's called presence.
Yes. And we have an exercise that we do during the class that is about presence, to be present with everything, not just running through the things. Oh, I read this manual, now what? Were you present?
I love this. Yeah, very cool.
And so the first evening is really about to give the basics to receive the rest. And then the second day, that's like the whole day, we have certain special body processes. And with these body processes, that starts to allow your body to change something else. Because at this moment, our bodies are mostly functioning from the electrical points of view, or from that reality, which is reaction, which is polarity. Mm-hmm. Anything that happens in your body is a reaction to something else. I mean, this is the point of view.
Yeah.
And where we are going is the acoustical vibration, the infinite possibilities with the body when it's not a reaction, but expansion. And don't worry, you won't grow bigger in body. It's a different type of expansion. So it's not obesity clinic, but it's a different type of expansion. And the great thing is that you can use these body processes on yourself later on, And also you can use on people like clients. So the special part that that we all have so many points of view and implants and explants that doesn't allow your body to show up for what it is. And we will work with these. So what you're already aware of as an infinite being, that becomes possible through your body as well. That you invite your body and you allow your body to be a mate for the infinite being you are. Because in many modalities, you know, they say, okay, get out of this body because it's just a limitation. It's not for you. It's really just for this lifetime. But other than that, you are a beautiful infinite being. It's really great. But there is a reason we choose as a beautiful infinite being. We choose this finite body, right? I mean, there is a point of view. It's finite, though it's not. But we create it as finite. Yeah. So that's the other area where we start to see that the body is not that finite. And just one example, that on a daily basis, you know that and you use it, but you don't know what you use. There is this thing called homeopathy, where you work with tiny tablets that has, it has an information, it has a vibration in it. So you eat nothing physically. It doesn't have the herb, it doesn't have anything from the original thing, but it has the vibration of that. It has the information that your body can work with. So you know it, you use it, you just don't know it what you are using. And that's amazing that your body still can do it. After so many lifetimes, after so many limitations that you bought into and implanted into your body, there are still spaces for the body where it can expand, and it has the space to choose and go beyond what you usually allow to your body. So what if you would allow this 24/7, no matter what? And these are the body processes that can help your body to unlock that capacity in all areas of your life and all life situations. So it really allows you, like, no matter what is your profession, it's not just for those who are healers and use this to change things with their clients. I mean, that's amazing, these body processes for your clients. I mean, there were healers who attended the classes and they just said, like, within seconds, they created a change with the body, how it started to melt and change.
And even the clients realized, oh my gosh, that's something else. It's totally different energy. I can feel it.
And then if you are a teacher, if you are a musician, if you are a politician, if you are working in a corporate as a finance specialist, what if you function from the space of the infinite being you are? What invitation would you be to others to choose greater? What is the information that you can bring into these places where you live, where you work on a daily basis? I mean, life happens on a daily basis, not just during these calls, not just during the classes. It's giving you tools to be the infinite being in every aspects of you, in every moments of you, no matter who you were, where you go, what you do. You can be that without all the time sitting in a cave and meditating. Like, you can choose to be the infinite being and act, and it will show up what it is for you and how it shows up. And then, of course, it's full of facilitation, and people can go through and clear their own thing during this day of the body processes. And then on the third day, we will talk deeper about being a contribution and the kingdom of we. Like, you as an infinite being, you yourself alone can create a huge change. Like, we all have a point of view that, oh, I'm alone. What kind of change?
Yeah, I'm too small, I'm too weak, I'm alone, I can't do anything without anyone else. Yeah. But what if it's not true? What if you can be a change? You can be a huge contribution just by yourself. We have examples for that as well. Yeah.
And
what I also loved when we talked about the structure of the class on one of the Zooms together was you said that the third day you also do exercises. So it's not like you are telling the story, but it's very much interactive.
So that's true for the whole class, that that it's really full of exercises and working with people. And these exercises are in the manual, so people can take it home and use it anytime later on, and everyone receives the audio recording.
Yeah, so on the third day, there is the miraculous healing, what Rocco was talking about, and
how you perform it, how you do it, how you be that. And so what we do, okay, who would like to have some change? What would you like to work on? And then choose someone who would like. I mean, usually everyone wants to. Then in front of the class, show it how it works. And then we have some space so people can start working on each other. Because by the time we gave all the tools for that, and the big picture is just built up, and they will see how to do it, how they can do it. It's not something that, hey, this is the way to do it. You already know how you will do it. What is your part in it? How you can see it? What is your awareness about?
So people can, practice
work in pairs, and
each other.
They both choose something, what I would like to change, what you would like to change, and then they start to work on each other, like do a swap in this way.
My body is so excited.
So, if someone has something that you would like to change, something in your body that you don't really like, and the good thing is not just the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, anything. Really.
Anything in your universe. Your body is not your whole universe, but your body is really, really a part that you were choosing as an infinite being. So would you consider to allow your body to be the infinite body that it's created as? Everything it brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond.
And I would like to invite everybody on the call to drop the barriers and taste this energy, because it's so yummy. It's so amazing what you are like.
Yeah, and of course
inviting us to.
Thank you. And of course, we will work with the acoustical vibration. What is that? And you all can experience it and step into it and really start to work with that, because the infinite being, is an acoustical vibration. Cool. And we will talk about it. What is that? What the heck is that? It's great.
What are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
You don't have to play on any instruments for that. No.
Bring the instrument with you.
Yeah.
Your body is the instrument, you are the instrument.
Yeah, actually it was very interesting, because when we first were in China, there was
a musician.
5 years old kid, and there was some instruments, and when we started to talk about these things, he started to play on that. And everyone was so annoyed, and no, stop. And we said, no, he's such a great contribution, because he is just
he doesn't speak English.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English at all, but he knew the energy. He just felt the energy, what to do, how to do it, and oh my gosh.
And he wasn't the son of the musician, so it's totally different.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
So children are welcome. Last time we had a dog.
We had a dog as well last time. So yes, animals, kids are most welcome, because they are a great contribution, really.
Yeah, of course. People, everyone has a great contribution to this class. Because you all are invitations for others to choose more, to see a different reality beyond this reality.
So the class is in Amsterdam on 8, 9, and 10 June. And so 8 is Friday in the evening, and then the weekend of 9 and 10 June. And it's in the center of Amsterdam. The location is we're almost sure where we are. So we will be coming with the details about the location next week. And I will invite Chila and Rocco to do another Zoom about acoustic, and the next time we are talking about acoustic relationships, because that's like, no, I don't know many relationships that are acoustical. So I would really like to know what they know about this. You know, like when you do the clearing statement, it sounds very acoustic, you know, together by the two of you. So what else is there to to explore and to find out? Would you like to add something else about the class or anything else?
Well, okay, so you are an infinite being, and you came to this lifetime choosing your body. So if you tap into the energy of the class and allowing your body to receive, just ask the question, hey body, would it be a contribution for you? Would it be a contribution for you, the infinite being, and for your future? And just receive that. Yeah, and we go into the space of receiving during the class, like
what is truly receiving? How can you do that?
And what are the laws of the universe? I mean, laws of the universe. It sounds funny, but the ask and you shall receive, and the other part that we didn't talk about, the indefinite living, which is that your body is not just for 60 or 80 years. In one area of that is this. So what else is possible for your body? What is the length? What do you call as a lifetime that is much more than what you think it is, or what you learned, or what you've seen? And the other part is being undefined, living totally with no definitions. What will it allow you to be and choose? So are you willing to be that chaotic, infinite being that you truly be in all instance? And everything it brings up, all the change it can create with your money, with your relationship, with in your career, and your body.
With your parents and kids.
Are you willing to receive all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool.
Is there any questions?
Not at the moment, I think. Not at the moment. There is a beautiful space and this really delicious energy. So I would really like to thank you. And are we sending the recordings to everybody who's
Yes, we will send it very soon. Yeah, we just need to download. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in about 3 weeks we will do another one. I can't wait. This is so nice. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for organizing all of this, and
thank you for joining.
Thank you to Violetta also.
And thank you for all the people on the German link.
Yes, because we have German people as well on the other link. So thank you so much too.
And have a lovely day and evening.
Guten Abend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 See you.
Danke.